for the corporate worship. And that was our inspirational song brought to us by Duraplast Ghana Limited, producers of quality PVC pipes and water tank. Where Duraplast goes, water flows. Raymond, good to see you.
Yeah, how you doing?
Am I?
Yeah. I'm Menu.
Yes, Vivi.
Yeah.
That's good for Drive Safe campaign brought to us by Joy News and the Multimedia Group and supported by Toyota, superior quality and imperial general assurance, solid protection, avoid all distractions, keep both eyes on the road and hands on the steering wheel, be visible, drive with your lights on at night, and that's how you drive safe.
And this is how you say it right. Brought to you by Kingdom Books. At Kingdom, quality and affordability are their hallmarks.
Something must be done.
You say either, I say either.
How about another commonly mispronounced word? This one might surprise you. As usual, I'll spell it first. College. This should be an easy one, right? College. But let me ask, how many times have you heard people say college? Is it not baffling though? There is no A in college. So where are they getting the R sound from? It's college, not college. The word college comes from the Latin word collegium, which means community or guild. There are two original Latin words at play here. Com, which means with, and leg, which means to choose or to gather. So you could look upon the word college as the Englishman's attempt to describe a group of people who choose to gather in the pursuit of one goal. In the case of the modern definition, that goal is knowledge. So now you have the knowledge. It's college, not college. Never college. That's sacrilege. Right, let's get into the newspapers, and the review is brought to you by Enterprise Insurance, Woodye Wumu Motor Promotion. Enterprise, your advantage.
The Daily Graphic is reporting this morning that Nana names new CJ. So the president's actually been submitting a letter to the Council of State on the nomination of Gertrude Araba Isaba Tokono. And yesterday we took time, went through her CV and the very things she's done in the judiciary and the expectations of the people of this country on her. And it was an interesting and fascinating dive into her life. And if she gets the nod, we wish her all the best. Anyway, but Ghana, if you get nominated like this, it's smooth sailing. Now, ratify fisheries subsidy agreement. WTO boss is the one saying so. And called juror strike over unpaid stipends. This is a story, Kojo, we did some time ago. You remember, right? That where do you draw the line? Civil duty. You have a civil duty to make sure that you protect this country and our courts and help our judicial service run properly. Can money be a hindrance? But they're talking about transportation and other things. 3 Acquah gold robbers busted also on the front page of the Daily Guide, and O24 clocks 24 on the Golden Stool, and this was yesterday. And a lot of things that he has done, many people sometimes forget, from educational projects through to aiding Ghana get some wonderful deals outside this country. And as we said now, then we may plead and call on His Majesty to maybe intervene small, because IMF assurance that we expect should also come in quickly. But the way the economy is doing, if we not take care, so we need him to, as he has done in times past, bring the influence of our Santiman on board, so that collectively we can fix the mess we find ourselves in.
But you've heard the president engaging the WTO Director General. It's talked about how we still may need some, concessionary facilities from the IMF and the World Bank because of the times that we find ourselves in, and so a lot of things would happen. From now to the May or June. Well, May is just on Monday.
The president told us that we'll get this deal by the end of March.
Why? But you see, sometimes the president,
the executive leader of this country.
No, but getting it is not dependent on the president.
I know.
It's dependent on the board.
But the assurance
it is dependent on your creditors.
Yes.
So as for those assurances, when you're giving,
Even the next
So what
deadline they
he's
have
saying
given.
is that what the president is saying is that the standard and quality of begging between now and the deadline is going to be such that we will make it.
Okay, all right.
Because that is it. That's the effort we have to put into it. We have to beg and beg well. So what he's assuring us of is that that process will happen without a hitch. The begging will be of premium standard, and we will hit the target.
Well, I mean, the reality now is that we must hit the target. If we don't hit the target by June, a lot of problems for us, really.
Yes.
So we, whatever we're doing, let's do it well. I mean, at this point in time, we've all made it very clear that as for the management of
No, end of. Is it not May?
Oh no, I mean, I said by June. So if end of May we're able to deal with everything, the board will consider it by
Oh,
June.
second week in May.
Yes.
Whatever. I just want it to be in June. End of second quarter. Give a bit of this. But you see, the reality is that we've all agreed that we've mismanaged the economy. The leaders of the
No,
we have not all agreed.
No, with respect.
But if
We
you
have
go to
not
IMF,
all
that's what I'm
agreed.
trying to say.
No. External factors
Yes,
caused
yes.
our downfall.
Eh,
Yes.
COVID,
and
COVID,
your
and
DSC as back as 2019 told you were high risk of death distress.
Yeah,
that
that
was
one.
in 2019.
it was propaganda.
That was before COVID. You didn't see it.
In fact, whose report do you believe? There's a song like that. I mean, see, we were believing in God's reports. It didn't say that to us.
Okay, I believe in the report of the IMF. The IMF report is very simple. It says if you want to get onto a program, you must be debt sustainable.
That's what we are struggling to do today.
That's what we're trying to do today. And the reality is that we over borrowed. That is not in doubt.
Please.
That is not in doubt.
Please, we are a proud nation.
So let's see. So
Ghana beyond aid.
Once we've agreed that we've mismanaged the economy, and you remember you did the interview that Professor Mills, you were told that Professor Mills asked the IMF, why are you in a hurry to leave us so early? Because it was obvious that we are just incapable of managing our own affairs.
The old people in this country,
And the very people who told us that they went to school with these same people
they didn't learn a lot from
have
them.
even failed. And theirs is worse.
But they are assuring you that between now and the deadline of end of May, they are going to perform spectacularly in the Olympic sport of begging. So by the end of May, hook or crook, we would have acquired the bailout, and they will come for fans. They will come back to us for applause.
Let me get into the chronicle for this morning. Deuteronomy chapter 20 verse 4. For the Lord your God is the one who goes with you to fight for you against your enemies to give you victory. Which enemies are here? Race to become CJ.
Yes.
Justice, so it talks about how Justice Dokono is the new Chief Justice. Breast the tape. But which enemies were involved here?
Oh, but they are competitors. They are
They are
people who
not
are
enemies.
interested.
They are competitors.
Oh,
Of
but
course,
yeah,
when there's a
it's
position,
a
others will
figurative
come.
speech.
Oh, please.
What did they say?
But for the Lord your God is the one who goes with you to fight for you against your enemies to give you victory.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Figurative speech, like
well,
that.
I mean, yeah, if you are looking for something from the Bible to fit reality, sometimes there'll be one or two words that don't fit.
Okay, well, let's continue. Baumia elated over 30 million euro rice production contract between Jospon and Comtech, Austria to open embassy in Accra, Chancellor Lord's Ghana Armed Forces. And the back page talks about, how Manchester United will be beating Tottenham Hotspur tonight. And Everton will be locking horns with Newcastle. But let me say good morning to Mama V Owusu Abaji, wherever you are. Parkway Siban sent me a message yesterday indicating how Accra Hearts of Folk were beating Woto Woto by, RTU 4-1.
Team Nagu.
Beating Woto. Let's move on to other
The
papers.
team is in Legata.
I think I sent it to Mama V.
I see.
Beating Woto.
When you do that, she pretends she has not seen it.
Yeah, she has not responded. She has been sending me birthday dedication.
Can you believe that? Anyway, the Business Finder is reporting this morning. Vaco's rebound continues. Positive performance in second straight year and ready for investors to partner and modernize it. There's one about we will build better, safer roads in Ghana. This is the Minister for Roads and Highways. It's been a long time since we heard from Uncle Amoah. He has been enjoying. Now, 10 million trees to be planted to mark Green Ghana Day. So we plant trees. Last year we said we're doing 20 or 16 million. We plant trees. Then the ones in the forest that we are preserving, we will let people nicodemously into the forest go and destroy. Then we can't be having a conversation as to whether a report is right or a report is not right. Then the next year we also go and plant trees again, with the hope that when we destroy more trees in the forest, our tree planting exercise is going to replace them. And we spend a lot of money on planting these trees. So if we leave the forest and the trees in the forest alone, we would actually have little need for planting more trees. And the extent to which we are destroying our forest cover and destroying this environment and destroying this republic through the process is completely unacceptable. But come to think of it, we will do all the charade about planting trees. Some will be chewed by goats, whether they are fenced or not. But at the end of the day, we forget that we have some trees that are already growing in areas that we should not be touching, and yet we are engaging in wanton destruction of these forest areas.
We are losing over 100,000 acres of forest.
Even military
land
leaders
every year.
did not do that.
Over 100,000 acres is lost every year.
Anyway,
Now, the challenge is, why do we destroy our forests and turn around to be planting trees?
yeah.
Trees that will come back and say, oh, about 30 to 40% of them lost.
The seedlings had an attack from
Now,
goats.
You are actually destroying your forest reserve. You are watching your forest reserve being destroyed by illegal miners, some of whom are in government, according to Professor Frimpong Boati. And unfortunately for us, we're all seated unconcerned. And again, we will engage in another procurement, planting trees. And it's like, oh, Green Ghana, we're planting, I mean, now we're talking about planting 10 more million trees. 10 million trees will be planted to mark Green Ghana Day. How many trees have we lost over the period? And do we care about the loss of these trees, for instance?
Nah.
In other parts of the world, you go to jail
I mean,
for messing up the ecosystem. You go to jail.
Anyway, let me get to the Ghanaian Times for this morning. And mass SIM registration exercise, NCA to block 11 million SIMs at the end of May 2023. Green Ghana Day targets planting 10 million trees nationwide. President nominates Justice Tokonu as new Chief Justice. Vibu's Austrian investors to Ghana is also on the front page. Now, the back page says Hearts lose again. And it's actually Tamale City that beat Accra Hearts of Oak 2-2. 4-1. 4-9. 4-1. Good morning, Mama Vio Uswabaje. And Legon City's tame Accra Lions at Elwak. So these are the scores at a glance. The fact that Asante Kotoko will be playing today. They play Accra Great Olympics.
That's
We'll
a
beat
friendly
them.
match.
Oh, we'll beat them. You know what's going to happen. Mediama winning 3-2 against Dreams FC. Brekum Chelsea 2-1 against Kotoku Royals. Kotoku Royals looking like they are destined for Division 1. King Faisal 0, Bechem United 0, Adriana Stars 2, Bibiani Gold Stars 0, and Legon Cities 2, Accra Lions 0.
Yes, since you were staying with the back page, let me do this. The Daily Graphic Sports back page. There's a story about Tamale City demolishing Hasselfolk 4-0. Hey, 4-1. Hey, I almost gave Hasselfolk 0.
Don't do that.
It was the biggest victory. This is the quote, the biggest quote in the paper. It was the biggest victory for the Tamale side. Their fourth straight home win, and also sealed the fate of the Phobians. Sorry, which fate was that?
Check the league table.
Oh, I see. I didn't know that. Now, Accra is languishing somewhere.
They are nowhere near winning the title.
No.
That's the fate of Hearts of Oak.
Team Nino. Anyway, now the front page has Green Day, June 9, and NCA forensic audit to weed out fraudulent SIM registration. 6.17 million cards deactivated, 11.1 million more to go. So those are the details we are getting there. And Parliament cannot compel EC to adopt guarantor system. This is a lawyer making the claim on the front page. The biggest story here is Jospon secures 30 million for rice production, and this is $30 million. Apparently there was an exchange of documents with head of Sales Africa Comtech in Austria during a signing ceremony in Accra. So Jospon got $30 million for rice production in the Republic of Ghana. So
I hope this is going to lead to some substitution of our imports. because we are still bringing in far too much rice. So whatever this deal is, I really hope it bears some positive fruit. Okay, are we done with the papers?
Yep.
Let's do the online review, brought to you by Zenith Bank in your best interest and Goyle Good Energy.
And Goyle, your oil marketing company of choice, keeps making life so convenient for you. Goyle now accepts Momo for all fuel purchases. Just remember to Momo it at Goyle. And that's not all. You can also use your bank card. That is all bank cards to buy fuel at Goyle. Drive to the nearest Goyle station now, buy your fuel, and pay by Momo bank card or Goyle Go card. Visit Goyle social media platforms on Facebook, Goyle.official, Instagram, Goyle_GH, and on Twitter, Goyle_official. For more information on the service stations, you can conveniently use Momo. Goyle Good Energy, Goyle. Yeah, dear.
Right, now this top story on myjoyonline.com, you've got to go and check it out. Galamsey fight. Akufo-Addo putting presidency on the line was only a figure of speech, according to Charles Bissiu.
Hold on.
I'm holding.
What does that mean? That
Figure of speech.
Yes.
so I want to understand.
It means that those of us who took it seriously, we all made a mistake.
No, it was not literal.
So
No.
the guy was just using a figure of speech and we all took it World Cup. He didn't actually mean he was putting his presidency on the line. We just thought he meant it. So now Charles Bissiu is revealing that there was no meaning to that statement. It was a figure of speech. Right? If somebody tells you who they are, believe them. The man says it was a figure of speech. We have heard. We now understand.
So now everything that said, we should be asking whether this is a figure of speech or you mean this.
No, just assume it's a figure of speech.
Wow.
I think it's the safest way. I mean, he has decoded the president's language from his perspective. A lot of the things, you see, that's why people have been saying that
does not speak for the president. So I'm waiting.
Which is fair.
The president's
which is fair.
to actually be
but he was the secretary of the interministerial committee that was set up to solve the problem. Yes. He was so I suspect that his briefings with the president before he took up that position were far more detailed than ours. We had no briefings, actually. We only heard him say he's going to put his presidency on the line. We clapped for him thinking he meant it. But these are the people he sent to go and do the job. And they are saying that it was a figure of speech. Well, Charles Bissiu is saying it was a figure of speech. So that's it. Now you understand why we are failing. And they say the president's commitment to fighting Galamsey is unassailable. Another figure of speech. Okay, Fitch downgrades Ghana's sovereign debt to restrictive default. Hey, down we go again. Witness reluctant to testify anymore in Opuni trial. These are all on myjoyonline.com. You can also check out some stories from citynewsroom.com. And this morning, their focus is on this one from Joe Jackson. He says it's a bad signal for Ghana's reserves to be empty. That's another thing sparking some conversation. Akufo-Addo collapsing Ghana's cocoa sector. That's according to John Mahama. And Akufo-Addo gives Ghana Gas green light to acquire Ghana Cylinder Company. That's a company that is struggling, even though, to be fair, they should have had a monopoly. So Ghana Gas will now take it over and run it better, I'm assuming. Okay, let's see what's on CNN this morning. Former Sudanese Minister Ahmed Haroun is wanted for war crimes, but he's been freed from Khartoum prison. Lots going on in Sudan at the moment. Okay, I guess that brings us quite neatly to the BBC News, brought to us this morning by Fidelity Bank. Believe.